Yo, every week I scour the interwebs to find juicy free games for you to enjoy, and this week is no exception. We got an interesting mix of games this week, and I want to start with what is arguably the most hectic one of all. For Honor is going free to play until August 5th, so if you haven't tried it, now is the time. The game is like my ex-girlfriend. It's beautiful and interesting on the surface, but incredibly unresponsive and very unbalanced. To be fair, the mixed rating that this game has is very deserved. It can be an extremely fun game, but the lack of balancing is incredibly frustrating. The game doesn't know whether to balance around 4 versus 4 or 1 versus 1, causing imbalance in both modes. Overall, I think it's definitely more positive than negative, and if you take the time to learn all of the complex mechanics in the game, then I think you'll have tons of fun. I had the pleasure of playing this bad boy for a few hours, and it brought me nothing but mental instability and rage. At least I didn't pay for it. I mean, it's free, go give it a try and let me know if you agree with my findings. Our homies over on Fanatical want to give you a key for Wanba Warriors, and the question is, have you got what it takes to be a Wanba Warrior? Here you step into the absurd world of calligraphy combat and prepare to lay the smackdown upon anyone who dares oppose you, dishing out damage with your chosen ink brush of brutality. A funky spin on a fighting game and executed very well despite its funky mechanics. There is only a limited amount of keys, so you have to be quick if you want to secure one for yourself. Remember, links are in the description and you'll have to give Fanatical your email as a thank you for the key, so be prepared for them to nuke your email address with a tremendous amount of marketing emails in the coming days. Oh, and listen, if you want to stay up to date on free games and get them served to you in this quick and quirky setting, then do us both a favor and smash the subscribe button. We are well on our way to hit 10,000 subscribers, and that's freaking unreal. I guess if we stay true to form, we should hit up a minor at 10,001 subscriber. Isn't that the new YouTube thing anyway? Delta Force Hawk Ops, which you've probably heard and seen before, are running their open alpha test starting August 6th. And you can sign up right now and have a chance to experience what is said to be the next big first-person shooter. It looks pretty cool and the gunplay is super juicy, which is kind of important in a first-person shooter. There are various operators and modes to choose from, not to mention a variety of vehicles and firearms to take for a spin. If you're interested in games that mix first-person shooter and military sim, then you're in for a juicy checkup. Take your butt cheeks over to the website and sign up to take it for a spin. Let's take a quick look at the Epic Store, where you have 3 free games to claim. Well, 2 games and some stupid cosmetic pack that costs $54 or something stupid like that. To be fair, I will remove my left arm and shove it down my throat if any of you have claimed the Olympics game when it was free to claim. I know that I didn't. Anyway, alongside the exclusive outfit pack, you can still claim Fist, until the 1st of August at least. We talked about Fist in our last video, so I won't spend too much time on it on this one, but here's a short introduction. Fist is a Metroidvania action game featuring exploration, intense combat and challenging platforms. A beat 'em up with low to medium difficulty, enough to be fun for us filthy casuals, but not so hard that it's frustrating. If you like beat 'em ups that are set in a diesel punk aesthetic, then you're in for a treat. Remember, it's only available until the 1st of August, where it will be replaced by LumbearJack. Have you ever wondered what would happen if a bear got fed up with deforestation and decided to take matters into its own paws? Well, LumbearJack answers that question with a resounding roar. You play as Jack, the bear, who's on a mission to save his forest from greedy corporations. Armed with a trusty axe and a lot of determination, you'll be chopping down machines and recycling junk to restore nature. With its charming graphics and engaging gameplay, LumbearJack is perfect for anyone looking for fun and a feel-good game. And let's be honest, who doesn't want to play as a bear who's literally bearing down on deforestation? I guess everyone who's a member of the Stop Oil will be getting this bad boy on the double. That's kinda it for Epic. The remaining freebies are all NFT blockchain garbage games, and to be honest, I value your hard drive space too much to share that crap with you. Let's leave Mr. LumbearJack for a bit and head on over to Steam, where a serious game wants your attention. Let's start by taking a look at Undying Symphony, which tells a story about the challenges that people from Leningrad faced during the siege that lasted from September 1941 until January 1944, and shows us one of the more tragic episodes of Leningrad history. Throughout the chapters of the game, your 4 protagonists will show their civic courage and contribute all of their efforts that they can to help the common cause. Undying Symphony is a story-based adventure game about civilians surviving during war times. Your task here will be to help our protagonist overcome the struggles of living in a besieged city and stay human if that's even possible under those conditions. Undying Symphony is currently sitting in with mostly positive reviews on Steam and was released just a few days ago, so it's off to a good start. Next, I want to take a quick look at Bazaar Simulator Prologue, which basically sent me down memory lane when I was working at my uncle's bazaar shop for an amazing price of $0 an hour. Even today, every time I see a box of lemons, I have a strong urge to pick them up and stack them in an OCD-friendly manner. So if you want to take a stroll in Sickfish's shoes growing up, and then take a look at Bazaar Simulator. It's currently sitting in with mostly positive reviews, and I'm not sure, but I think my uncle pushed that bad boy up. Next, I want to take a quick look at Falsepine. Here you join a long lineage of hunters as you run and gun through the Wild West in this action roguelike. Here you will take on bounties, unlock powerful weapons, and come face to face with a gallery of terrifying monsters. If I'm not mistaken, the developer Voyager Softworks are part of their final year at university, and considering it's a bunch of students that delivered this bad boy, it's actually pretty impressive. It's nice to see the upcoming generation of game creators and developers do something like this and work together. If you end up taking it for a spin, be extra nice and leave a review for the developer. It means a lot to them, and that's always good. Next, let me introduce your juicy eyeballs to Time, which is a first-person arena boomer shooter that pits players against each other in a one-on-one contest. Players compete in a round-based first to 3 win system that's balanced through time rewinding set by the round's loser to balance the scales of skill against strategy. It's not always that we see games with rewind mechanics that actually work and are done well, but Time actually pulls it off beautifully. For a free game, it's actually not too bad. It's a great concept, good mechanics, and full-on fun factor, and who can complain about that? Next, we take a look at RAWMEN, Food Fighting Arena. RAWMEN is a radical multiplayer arena shooter that pits you against 2 to 8 players of your closest taste buds or foes. You have to channel your inner soup priority and unleash culinary devastation for good or evil. To be fair, I always wanted to throw some boiling ramen on this particular friend of mine who's just stupid. I mean, seriously, how this guy gets dressed in the morning, I have absolutely no idea. Anyway, the RAWMEN playtest is currently active with no end date, so if you want access, head on over to the Steam page linked in the description and click the request access button. It should not take too long and you'll be throwing warm soup left and right. A quick heads up, Alienware are giving away a handful of keys to Phantom Line. Now, as of writing this, there are 570 something keys left, but I think they keep adding keys, so you should be able to get one if you're interested. Phantom Line is a co-op 1-4 shooter set in the post-nuclear European continent. Your mission is to search and contain paranormal events and activities and hidden from the public eye in this open world map full of dynamic events. It sounds pretty good and it looks pretty juicy, and if you're interested, there's a link in the description that takes you straight to the Alienware site. The next section goes out to anyone who has Fallout 4 Game of the Year Edition. If you do, you can get your sticky fingers on Fallout London, which is sold as a free mod but is actually a totally new Fallout game that's free for you to claim. Fallout London lets you explore the wonders of the city 160-ish years after the bombs have dropped and 40 years before the events of Fallout 3. You can pretty much now reimagine Fallout in a London-centric universe, interacting with brave new world of London-based locations, stories, factions, creatures, weapons, and gameplay mechanics. Just remember to read up on how to install the game, as it can be a little bit tricky, but all the information you need should be available for you on the GOG page linked below. Last but not least, I want to do a quick mention to Escape from Ever After, a genre-bending RPG inspired by the classic Paper Mario games. Ever After Incorporated is a greedy mega corporation from the real world and is taking over fairy tales for their cheap labor, and it's up to you to fight back. But to be honest, I have a little bit of a problem. Less than 5 minutes in and I've already got introduced to a Black Red Riding Hood and a Mother Goose talking about kissing lesbians. What the fuck? I guess at the end of the day, each to their own, but it's nice to know from the demo already. And that's pretty much all I had for you on this one. Thanks a lot for taking the time to watch my video. Thumbs up if you liked it, thumbs down if you didn't. Subscribe if you haven't, like why not? Thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.